"I'm buying you out," Sarah announced, showing papers I'd never signed. But the handwriting expert confirmed forgery on 23 documents. The bank cameras caught her practicing my signature. The investigation found she'd done this to 3 previous partners. Their names were Jennifer Huang, Priya Patel, and Amanda Torres. 3 women who'd built successful businesses, taken on a partner named Sarah Whitfield, and lost everything to forged documents and calculated betrayal. I was supposed to be number 4. My name is Elena Rodriguez, and I'm standing in what used to be our shared office at Stellar Marketing Solutions, watching FBI agents box up evidence of a serial corporate predator who specialized in destroying women entrepreneurs. 5 years ago, I started Stellar with $30,000 from my 401k and a laptop at my kitchen table. I'd spent a decade working for other people's agencies, learning every aspect of digital marketing while dreaming of building something of my own. When I finally took the leap, I had 3 clients and more determination than sense. The first 2 years nearly killed me. 18-hour days, ramen dinners, choosing between rent and health insurance. But slowly, Stellar grew. Local businesses discovered I could deliver big agency results at boutique prices. By year 3, I had 10 steady clients and was turning a profit. That's when Sarah appeared. I met her at a Women in Business conference, where she gave a presentation on strategic partnerships for growth. She was everything I wasn't: polished, connected, MBA from Wharton. While I built campaigns, she spoke the language of venture capital and scaling. "You're exactly what I've been looking for," she said over coffee afterward. "Stellar has incredible potential, but you're thinking too small." "I like being small," I replied. "I know all my clients personally." "And that's beautiful," Sarah smiled. "But what if you could help 50 clients instead of 10? 100? Think of the impact." She painted a vision: Stellar as a full-service agency, multiple offices, a team of specialists. Not losing the personal touch, she assured, just multiplying it. "I have connections," she said. "Fortune 500 companies looking for exactly what you offer. But they need to see structure, scalability. That's what I bring." I should have asked more questions. Should have wondered why someone with her credentials wanted to partner with my small operation. But I was tired of doing everything alone, and Sarah's enthusiasm was intoxicating. We formalized the partnership with what seemed like standard contracts. 50-50 ownership, equal decision-making power, complementary roles. Sarah would handle business development and operations while I focused on creative and client delivery. My lawyer reviewed everything, said it looked solid. "Just remember," he warned, "partnerships are like marriages. Make sure you know who you're getting into bed with." The first year was magical. Sarah's connections were real. She brought in Microsoft, Adobe, 2 major nonprofits. Revenue tripled. We hired 5 employees, moved to a real office. I was finally building the agency I'd dreamed of. Sarah handled the business side brilliantly. She managed finances, contracts, HR, all the parts I'd struggled with alone. I was free to do what I loved: create campaigns, mentor junior designers, innovate. "See," she said at our 1-year anniversary dinner. "Together we're unstoppable." The changes started subtly in year 2. Sarah suggested adjusting our contracts for tax efficiency. She recommended opening new bank accounts to separate operational and client funds. She volunteered to handle all vendor negotiations so you can focus on creative. Each change made sense individually. I was grateful to offload administrative tasks I hated. Our CFO, hired by Sarah, assured me everything was standard procedure. "You're lucky to have a partner who handles the boring stuff," he said. "Most creatives have to muddle through alone." I signed where Sarah indicated, trusted her Harvard-educated judgment. Why wouldn't I? Business was booming. We'd won 3 industry awards. Forbes included us in their agencies to watch list. The first red flag came when a client called confused about an invoice. "The payment terms changed," Marcus from Adobe said. "Net 90 instead of net 30. And the bank account is different." I knew nothing about it. When I asked Sarah, she laughed. I negotiated better terms with larger clients. Improved our cash flow. "The new account is for major contracts, better interest rates. I sent you the memo." She showed me the email from my own address approving the changes. I didn't remember sending it, but I was juggling so many projects. Maybe I'd forgotten. More flags followed. Contracts I didn't recall signing. Meeting minutes for discussions I hadn't attended. Financial decisions apparently made jointly that were news to me. "You're overworked," Sarah diagnosed. "Burning out." Maybe we should hire a creative director so you can step back a bit. Step back from my own company? Our company, she corrected gently. And not step back, step up. Focus on vision instead of day-to-day. But something felt wrong. I started paying attention, documenting everything, keeping my own records. That's when I noticed discrepancies. Signatures that looked like mine but felt off. Dates that didn't align with my calendar. The explosion came on a Tuesday morning. I arrived to find the office locks changed. There's been a restructuring, the security guard informed me. Ms. Whitfield said you'd been bought out. I laughed. Actually laughed. That's impossible. I own half the company. But Sarah was already in the conference room with our lawyer, now apparently her lawyer, spreading documents across the table. Elena, perfect timing, she said smoothly. We need to finalize the buyout paperwork. What buyout? She slid papers across the table. A sales agreement dated 6 months ago, selling my 50% stake for $100,000. My signature on every page. I never signed this. Elena, her voice dripped false concern. I know the stress has been affecting your memory, but we discussed this extensively. You wanted out to pursue solo projects. I stared at the signatures. They looked like mine, practiced, careful recreations. But I knew with absolute certainty I'd never signed away my company. This is forgery. Sarah's mask slipped for just a moment, a flash of cold calculation, before the concern returned. That's a serious accusation. Are you feeling all right? Maybe we should call someone. Call the police, I said. Because I'm reporting fraud. The next hours were a blur. Police, lawyers, frantic phone calls. Sarah had prepared for this. Psychiatric evaluations suggesting I was unstable. Emails from my account discussing wanting out. Financial records showing erratic behavior. She's been planning this, my new lawyer, David Kim, said after reviewing everything. This level of documentation suggests months of preparation. But I'd been preparing too. Every suspicious document saved, every strange interaction noted. And I had something Sarah didn't expect. A friend in cybersecurity who'd helped me install keylogger software on my devices after the first forged email. She's been accessing your accounts remotely, Jean showed me. Here's her IP address, timestamps for every forged email. She even practiced your signature using a tablet. I have video of her desktop. The forensic handwriting expert confirmed what I knew. 23 documents with forged signatures, each showing the telltale signs of tracing and practice. But the real bombshell came when David investigated Sarah's past. Elena, you need to see this, he said, spreading files across his desk. Sarah Whitfield has done this before. Jennifer Huang, 2015. Built a successful import-export business, took on Sarah as a partner, lost everything to forged buyout documents. Too devastated to fight, she accepted a small settlement. Priya Patel, 2017. Tech startup focused on women's health, partnered with Sarah for expansion, suddenly found herself voted out by a board she didn't know existed. The stress triggered a breakdown. She never pursued legal action. Amanda Torres, 2019. Sustainable fashion brand, Sarah as COO, mysterious bankruptcy filing with Amanda's signature liquidating assets. Amanda fought briefly, but gave up when Sarah produced psychiatric evaluations questioning her stability. She targets women entrepreneurs, David explained. Successful enough to be profitable, small enough to lack corporate protection. She gains trust, takes control of administrative functions, then systematically steals the company. How is she not in prison? Each victim was isolated, gaslit, overwhelmed. She makes them question their own sanity, produces enough documentation to make legal action seem hopeless. Most accept whatever settlement she offers just to escape. Not me. I contacted Jennifer, Priya, and Amanda. One by one, they shared their stories. The same pattern, the same tactics, the same devastating ending. I thought I was losing my mind, Jennifer told me. She had papers for conversations I couldn't remember, signatures I swore I didn't make. I started believing maybe I had signed away my company. She knew exactly which buttons to push, Priya added. Every insecurity, every weakness. By the time she struck, I barely trusted my own memory. The psychiatric evaluations were the worst, Amanda said. She'd gaslight me for months, then use my distress as evidence of instability. Who believes the crazy woman over the polished MBA? Together, we were unbeatable. For women with eerily similar stories, documented patterns of fraud, evidence spanning 7 years. The FBI's white-collar crime division took notice. The raid on Sarah's home uncovered her playbook, literal notebooks detailing each conquest. Notes on targets' personalities, vulnerabilities, signature styles. Practice sheets for forgeries. Financial projections for each stolen company. Most damning was her trophy room. Framed articles about each failed business, photos of her in our former offices, even items stolen from our desks. She'd kept Jennifer's business cards, Priya's awards, Amanda's first dollar earned. My company newsletter announcing our partnership was already framed, waiting to join the collection. This goes beyond fraud, the FBI agent said. This is predatory behavior with psychological components. She didn't just want the money, she wanted to destroy her victims. Sarah was arrested at a Women in Business conference, the same type of event where she found her victims. She was midway through befriending another entrepreneur, already laying groundwork for victim number 5. The trial revealed the full scope. Beyond the forgeries and fraud, Sarah had sabotaged our other ventures. Jennifer's suppliers received calls questioning her reliability. Priya's investors got anonymous tips about instability. Amanda's designs were leaked to competitors. She didn't just steal our companies, she salted the earth behind her. Why? The prosecutor asked during her testimony. Sarah's composure finally cracked. Because I could. Because they were weak, playing businesswomen while real entrepreneurs like me did the work. They didn't deserve success. So you stole it? I earned it. They were too stupid to protect it. The jury deliberated for 2 hours. Guilty on all counts: fraud, forgery, identity theft, racketeering. The judge, citing the pattern of predatory behavior and lack of remorse, gave her the maximum, 25 years. As they led her away, Sarah turned to us, 4 women whose businesses she'd tried to steal, sitting together in the gallery. You got lucky, she spat. Without me, you're nothing. But she was wrong. Jennifer rebuilt her import business, stronger for surviving Sarah's assault. Priya's new health tech company just secured series of funding. Amanda's sustainable fashion brand launched internationally. And stellar marketing? We're thriving. I bought out Sarah's fraudulent stake for $1, the only payment she'll ever see from me. The office she tried to lock me out of now hosts founder protection workshops, teaching entrepreneurs to spot predators like her. Trust but verify is our motto. Every document backed up, every signature authenticated, every partnership thoroughly investigated. Sarah taught us paranoia that might save someone else's dream. The recovery wasn't instant. Trust, once shattered by someone you let into your business's heart, rebuilds slowly. I triple-check signatures, record meetings, maintain control of all administrative functions. Some call it excessive. I call it survival. But we survived. For women who refused to let a predator's gaslight become our reality. Our businesses stand as testimony that Sarah was wrong. We weren't weak or stupid. We were trusting, and she weaponized that trust. Now we're wiser, stronger, and united. Sarah sits in federal prison, her playbook evidence, her trophies returned to their rightful owners. She'll serve 25 years for stealing companies, but she'll serve life knowing she failed to steal our spirits. In her notebook, she'd written about me. Elena, creative type, hates business side. Easy mark. 6 months to full control. She gave herself 6 months to destroy me. 5 years later, I'm still here, running the company she tried to steal, surrounded by women she tried to break. We weren't easy marks. We were entrepreneurs who trusted the wrong person. The difference is we learned. Sarah never will. That's the real justice. Not just her prison sentence, but our continued success. Every client we win, every award we earn, every business we build is proof that predators like Sarah can't steal what matters most. The drive to create, the courage to rebuild, the wisdom to protect what we've earned. She thought she was collecting businesses. Instead, she created an alliance of survivors who'll ensure no entrepreneur falls to her tactics again. Her playbook is now our textbook. Her victims are now our teachers. Her legacy isn't the companies she stole. It's the ones we protected by exposing her. We won. And we'll keep winning, one protected partnership at a time.